live! Hello everybody! Welcome to more Cinderella Phenomenon, Crochet and Play with Nikki, where we are going to play this visual novel game and crochet and deal with our feelings. So, maybe deal with our feelings, maybe not. Probably not. Not all the way. Anyway, hi, welcome. We are in the middle of Fritz's route. We're about to jump into chapter 6. And yeah, that's that. Today we're still working on Oliver's Big Brother blanket, which I've done this pattern before, this wavy modern chevron pattern. And yes, there are, originally it was just this like blue peacock color at the bottom, but I didn't have enough skeins. I've one more that I'm going to make the end of it, but I did have a similar yarn, but in like more of a rainbow color, so now we're getting this like rainbow effect going. Oliver loves it, so he's really excited about it, so that's exciting for us. And remember, we are now, our Patreon for Slaty's ATL is live. So if you want to join us on Patreon, give us money so we can provide you with extra content and the ability to join us in other amazing collaborations that we plan to do during the summertime. Including, while I'm on maternity leave, a special $25 slot where you can get everything else that's included in the Patreon, but also I will be making small little knickknacks like bookmarks or coasters or, you know, small things that don't take me very long, but they'll be special and made just for you guys. There's only 5 slots of that available, so get on the Patreon if you have not done so already. So yeah, I'm gonna throw the Patreon link in the chat real quick. Boom. And yeah, so last time we were here, we watched as Lucette and Fritz were trying to figure out what's going on with Lucette's curse. We also got to see his house, which is that's a completely different. We've never seen a different location so far in all 3 of the routes. We've never been to a different location that's not like the castle or the forest or the Marchen or around the town. This is a whole new place. It's very exciting. And then also the whole Varg situation. We are now back at the castle and we're going in. This is like the earliest, besides Rod's route, that we've gotten into the castle. So I do know what is going to happen, but still it's very exciting. I'm gonna go ahead and I don't normally do this, but I should start probably doing this. Trigger warning for gaslighting. Luzette's mom is not good. Luzette's mom is very, very bad. And she is known in this game to be a terrible, thank you, love you, terrible, horrible, gaslighting piece of garbage. So, just be aware of that, and if that is something that upsets you, please don't force yourself to watch this gameplay if that's something that really upsets you. It's not all the time, but I do know that that is something that is coming up. So, anyway, no, not Fritz's mom, excuse me, Lucette's mom. Fritz's mom does not exist in this world. We only have Alacaster, who's Fritz's dad. It's Lucette's mom. Maybe. Wow, did I say Fritz's mom? Tired. Alright, let me take a quick bite of the spaghetti, which, honestly, if you guys have been following along with this playthrough of this game, we've seen Lucette's mom in images and everything, and she's definitely like pretty gaslighty. I can't remember if she gets worse in this one or not, but I'm just gonna go ahead and start doing the trigger warnings. I just really want to eat this pasta. I bet that sounded great on my microphone. Great. Wonderful. Okay. Alright, let's get back to it. Alright. Tell me the story again. Do you ever tire of that story, love? Please? Well, since you asked so nicely, once upon a time there was a queen who had a daughter that she loved very much. But the kingdom the queen ruled was cruel and a mean place. The people were liars and thieves, and it was terribly dangerous. The queen knew that the kingdom would never be safe for her beloved daughter if she didn't work to change it. So the queen worked day and night. With magic. Hush, dear. So the queen worked day and night, using her magic to take the bad people's energy from them so they couldn't cheat and steal and lie. And then the queen made sure that the energy would stay with her and her beloved daughter so nothing could harm them ever again. And the queen and her daughter lived happily ever after. There were 2 days remaining until my 18th birthday. I've been living in the palace for the last few months, and while it's not what I expected, it's still not so dissimilar to that I'm uncomfortable. Wow, okay. I get to stay in my own room and I'm served the same food as the occupants of the palace, only now I'm not expected to share my meals with the king and his family. Okay, so this is the earliest we have done the it's almost your 18th birthday, and the things go down before your 18th birthday, but this is the first time in any of the routes that Lucette does not know. I'm pretty sure she doesn't know yet about her mother. Yeah, Lucette hasn't done anything for her curse yet. We haven't even gotten to the first one. She hasn't done a single good deed. She hasn't broken her curse yet, so people just think there's this random chick in the house that they have to serve, or in the palace that they have to serve. They did a huge time skip in this, and now I'm curious why. Because also, as we know from all the other routes, Lucette learned about who she's supposed to become when she gets to her 18th birthday. But she doesn't know that yet. Oh my god. Ugh. My urine fell. It's fine. It's cool. We're fine. Everything's great. This is already so different from all the other routes, and I'm so excited. Okay. Only now I'm not expected to share my meals with the king and his family. It was strange that nobody even asked who I am. Not even the king, but that did not matter. What is important is that I'm back in the palace. Only a witch like Sir Mithras could have orchestrated all of this. Magic was all I needed to bring you back here. Convenient, isn't it? Who exactly are you, Sir Mithras? What is a witch like you doing here in the palace? I am your mother's faithful servant, Your Highness. But I do not recall ever seeing you here until after Mother passed away. I did not work within the palace at the time, but once your mother passed, I took a job here to fulfill her wish to protect you. They gasp. I was consumed with worry when you disappeared all those months ago. I suspected immediately that you were cursed and that the Lucette bear had acted to keep you concealed from me. A lucis bearer, excuse me. If only you could understand the relief I felt when I learned that Fritz had found you. How will you prove that you're not like the people at the Marchen, that you will not lie to me or betray me? Sir Mithros kneels in front of me and places his hand over his heart. I made a promise to the Queen that I would give you my undying loyalty, Princess. I would protect you with my life. Him saying that does little to convince me that I can trust him. Everything I am doing is in service to my Queen and my Princess. So what is it that Mother requires me to do? Patience. I wouldn't want to ruin the surprise. Sir Mithros claims that he is Mother's faithful servant. That should be enough reason for me to trust him, but I'm still on edge. What is the surprise he has in store for me? My thoughts drift back to the occupants of the Marchen. They kept saying they cared about me, yet I have not heard from them at all. It's almost like you left without telling them. Even Rod, who lives here, I barely even see him. And Fritz. Since I returned to the palace, I have been seeing less and less of Fritz and more of Varg. Oh no. This is the worst. In the beginning, I continually asked Fritz about his memories of specific days, of the times when he was Varg. Fritz never seemed to recall anything. He just smiled at me sheepishly and told me that his age was probably making his memory worse. You're not that old, sweetie. All y'all are like early 20s. Also, yes, Jill, I believe some of these are, like, Disney princess adjacent. Like, obviously they can't make them actually Disney princesses because copyright. But, I mean, this one obviously looks like Cinderella. This one looks like a whitewashed Tiana. This one looks like Belle. That one in the back kind of looks like Rapunzel. So, like, they're definitely meant to be generic, but I think, as long as they're in the background and not very well detailed, you can probably get away with it. Anyway, Fritz isn't even that old. See? Since then, things have changed. I no longer bother asking Fritz about things he surely does not remember. Fritz does not remember anything related to Varg. Yet Varg retains all of his memories as Fritz. I know I should tell Fritz about Varg, but it's the fear that he would not believe me, but also something much worse. I'm worried that whatever it is inside of Fritz will only lash out at me, the part of him that Varg came from. If I were Fritz, I would not be able to believe it either. I look toward my shelf of dolls, unable to shake my feelings of disquiet. The dolls are the same as always, their glassy gazes focused on nothing and everything. It looks so empty without. No, I do not miss her. I do not miss anyone. Right? The sound of footsteps pulls me out of my thoughts. Who else is wandering the halls at this time of night? Who do you think? I'm unable to restrain my curiosity, and the emotion soon drives me from my room and out into the hallway. I gingerly follow the faded footsteps down the hall, and there I see two familiar people. Sir Mithros and Sir Alacaster. I grow impatient. 2 days is an insignificant amount of time when you've already waited so long. I've been waiting years. The princess is safe and will continue to be safe, just as you have required. Or, the princess is safe and will continue to be safe, just as you have required. Our agreement was clear, Sir Alacaster. I will help you until after the princess turns 18. I would remember the sort of aid you have requested of me. What prevents us from killing Gennaro now? They gasp. A small gasp comes from my mouth and I'm unable to muffle it in time, despite the fact that I'm holding my hand up to my lips to keep myself from shouting. I stop breathing even as my mind whirls. Kill the king? Why would Sir Alacaster and Sir Mithras want to do that? That sound. Do not try and distract me. What do we lose by acting now? We could lose everything if we act too hastily. I think it would do you good to learn some patience from your son. Varg. Sir Alacaster. Varg, what a pleasant surprise. Mithras smirks at Varg as Varg moves to stand just off to the side of the two men, his expression solemn. I trust that you have tamed Fritz. What are you talking about? You've not noticed? Even when your own son is being overwhelmed, Varg is gaining control, slowly but surely. They gasp. He no longer has to wait for Fritz's consciousness to descend into sleep. In a few weeks, perhaps even days, Varg may be able to help us during the day. And that is why I've only seen Varg at night. If he can act during the day as well, what will happen to Fritz? I hope you're not trying to avoid your mission by staying here. How curious. Perhaps Fitz is stronger than you think. That weakling? Don't make me laugh. I just find this extremely boring. Varg shrugs before walking away. How interesting. I do not approve of his methods. What would you have me do to improve him? He completes every task you give him. He has softened. Well, let's see if he completes this task. Then we'll know for certain where his loyalties lie. Sir Mithras and Sir Alacaster begin to walk away. I exhale. I feel a slight shudder when Sir Mithras stops and gazes behind him, his eyes wandering to my hiding place at the end of the hall. Yeah, those little diamond accents are gonna be almost everywhere. But yeah, mostly the witches have them. I don't think anybody else has them. I could be wrong. I can't really remember. It's been a minute. Sorry, folks. I paused so that, one, I could answer Jill, and two, so that I could look at what I'm doing. Because sometimes when you're crocheting, you're like, where is the stitch? And then you find the stitch, but it's not the whole stitch. And you want the whole stitch and nothing but the stitch. At least that one. You don't want bits and pieces of the other one. Alright. Okay. The details are very nice. Just these tiny little things that let you know that they care. There's so much blue in these. But, oh well. I'm gonna take another bite of spaghetti. So just, my God. Oh my God. Spaghetti is so good. Okay. My heart thumps loudly in my ears as I wait to hear him leave. The wind has a bitter chill to it tonight. Like ice. Mithras turns on his heels with a slight twitch of his lips before he disappears. I make my way back to my room in a daze. My whole body feels weak, and when I eventually get to my bed, I crash down on it feeling numb. They mean to kill the king, but why? Sir Alacaster and Sir Mithras are two of his most trusted advisors. It's almost like they're evil. What could the king have done to make them desire his death? Why does Sir Mithras want to wait until I'm 18? What happens then? So many questions! Does that have anything to do with that gift he was talking about? Does Sir Mithras plan on using me for something? I clench my hands into fists and inhale sharply. I think of the other things that came up in conversation. They said that Varg might be able to act during the day soon. Does that mean Fritz will disappear? My breath catches in my throat at the thought. Princess! There is no need to look at me like that. It's my job to know you, Princess. And right now, I know something's not right. It's your job to protect me. Knowing me is a very different thing. Princess, please, Perhaps you should worry more about yourself. My job as a knight is to protect my charge, to put their life before mine. If I can't protect you, how can I call myself a knight? Fritz reaches out as if to touch me, but I shrink away. Do not touch me. Sorry, Princess, please know I am always here if you need to talk. If Fritz disappears, what will happen? I almost jump when I hear someone shouting just outside my door. Quickly, Evangeline! Rod? I quickly stand up and move towards my door, pulling it open to catch a glimpse of the outside. I end up opening the door into Rod's face. Whoops! I mean, he kind of deserves it. He comes to an abrupt stop and glares at the door and then blocks his straight path. His hand is outstretched as if he meant to reach for my door. Rod? Evangeline? It's so late. What are they doing out of their rooms? Rod's fingers tighten over Evangeline's hands. They both look exhausted and Evangeline is on the verge of tears. What is happening? Rod seems to consider something before he finally comes to a silent conclusion. His eyes glare right into mine. Get out of the way. Rod's voice is colder than usual, even for him. Evangeline's eyes widen as she stares at him in shock. Rod, but I thought... This isn't the time. Sorry. So here's where the rabbits escaped. Varg is slowly making his way over to us, his posture relaxed, expression indifferent. He doesn't even look winded. Well, this is a complication. What are we gonna do? Well, we're going to save. Ooh. We're gonna help them. I feel like this is the obviously correct choice, but sometimes this game is just like, nope, that's the wrong one. And it's like, well, piss. Is this the mission Sir Alacaster was referring to? Rod tugs at Evangeline's wrist to prompt her into motion, but the two of them are too slow. In one swift movement, Varg has circled them and tripped Evangeline, toppling her to the ground. Varg moves forward to grab her. Before he can do so much as touch her, I jump into action, pushing Varg from the side. I move to stand between Evangeline and Varg. I can hear Rod helping his sister up, but my eyes are trained on Varg. What are you going to do to them? Why do you care? Why do I care? Because I know this isn't something Fritz would do. Varg hesitates, giving Rod time to act. Rod throws a vial that breaks open upon impact onto the floor. Flash! It releases a cloud of smoke that envelops everything around it. I feel someone's fingers on my wrist, and then I'm being dragged away. When my vision clears, I see Evangeline standing before me, holding my wrist tightly. Come on! What was that? It's something Lady Parfait made for our escape. Our escape? Did you really think the merchant gave up on you? We must move. We run towards the palace tunnels, a place that I have not visited in many years. I thought they barricaded this. Not quite. Do you think we've lost him? No, not yet. Evangeline turns to me, her eyebrows drawn over her eyes in a look of sympathy. I'm so sorry you got caught up in this. I know that we were all meant to escape together, according to Rod, but we were not expecting it to be like this. It was difficult to get a hold of you with Varg hanging around. Oh, but thank you for what you did back there. Thank God. I'm sitting here, I'm like, it's been a minute. It's been a minute since the diamond came up, and I'm like, oh shit, did I pick the wrong one? Because, wait, no, it's supposed to be help them, duh. Because move just is wrong. That's so wrong. Oh my God. Oh, the merchant didn't forget about her, but what were they doing for months? What were they doing for months? My God. Was it to, what were they doing? Holy crap. Wild. All of this, just absolutely wild. Chapter 6 is just throwing us for a whirl. Here. Oh. Wrong way. Okay. The indicator in this route, I feel like they do this on purpose. They're just like, you'll never know. You don't know if you got it right or not. And it's like, it curse you. I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't helped us. I'm suddenly uncomfortable speaking to her, so I turn to face Rod instead. What does Varg want with you? My best guess is that he wants us dead. They gasp. That can't be. How else would you explain the way he came after us, Em? But why would he want you dead? Rod's bright eyes seem fiercer in the darkness of the tunnel. I think it must be what his master wants. After all, dogs only respond to orders. I'm offended, Prince. You! I whirl around, dread rising in my chest as I turn to look at Varg, who is slowly catching up to us. This was meant to be quick. Varg looks at me, his eyes glittering with amusement. But as always, you complicate things, Princess. I cannot hide how much I am trembling, but I still hold out my arm to protect the siblings. Go. Not without you. Go, now! Come on. I turn back to Varg as the two flee. My body tenses as I wait for Varg to move. I will stop him, or at least buy them some more time. But Varg remains still as a statue. He remains rooted to the spot. I have no idea how long we stand there, frozen in place. You never cease to amaze me. So what's going to happen now? Were you going to kill them? He's not answering. Does that mean I'm right? Is this what Sir Alacaster ordered you to do? What else would I be here for, if not for an order? Why would he want you to kill Rod and Evangeline? And why does he want to kill the king? You overheard quite a bit, huh? Probably a little more than you should have. The tension in the room becomes palpable and it becomes harder to breathe. Varg's fingers tighten on his cane. He wouldn't hurt me, would he? Varg moves, and for a few moments I'm frozen with terror. Then a word I'd forgotten long ago suddenly comes to my lips, unbidened. A word that Fritz once told me before. Ooh. Wait, nope, hold up. Aduve, I believe. Is that how you pronounce that? Because I have no idea. I'm terrible at French. His eyes are wild even though he hasn't moved. Suddenly he looks as if he's restraining himself. I can see the struggle on his contorted expression, and then I realize that he's fighting to stay in control. It worked? I remain still for a few moments, my mind racing. Varg drops to his knees, and I see shadows forming beneath him. Tendrils of darkness snake their way up his body, beginning to engulf him. This is what happened last time when he changed back into Fritz. There's still awareness in Varg's eyes, however. His gaze is cold and accusatory. It remains that way even as the shadows creep their way up to his face. Up his face. I find my feet again and rush past Varg into the depths of the palace. I run, too frightened of what I might find if I look back. You run back into the palace, or do you run after Rod and Evangeline? Where are you going? Are you all right? If you truly worried for my safety, then you should have told the king how unsafe it is for me to leave the palace. Isn't that a knight's job, Sir Fitzgerald? Do you have so little faith in me? What? Don't you trust me to keep you safe, Princess? 3 years ago, when I swore that I would give my life for yours, I meant it. I still do. I would never let anything harm you. Ever. Perhaps I need to make another promise to you, Princess, so that I may ease your worries. Remember this carefully, okay? Aduve. What does that mean? It's from an old language that no one speaks anymore. It's French. It's what people used to say when they were calling for help. Something to call when I need help. If for any reason I'm not there and you need me, just say that word. Scream it at the top of your lungs if you need to. I promise I'll come running. A knight would never break a promise to his lady. Ah, Fritz. Trust in me. I have to go. She went back to the palace. I have been awake for hours, unable to sleep. I stand at my window waiting for something, anything to happen, but all is still beyond the glass window pane. I have no idea what I ought to do. What is happening right now? Should I tell someone? I return to the palace because my room still feels like the safest place, but... Why? Am I here because I feel I need to tell the king what happened? Because I hope that Fritz will return? I don't even know if the king is still here. I haven't seen him at all. My hand instinctively reaches out for my necklace, and I realize that there's an additional piece! Ah! She got it! Oh my god, there it is! Oh, finally. I look down and a small gasp escapes my lips when I notice a new piece of the glass slipper. A new piece of the slipper. But how? What was my good deed? Oh, come on, girl. I remember the night I helped Rod and Evangeline escape from Varg. That was a good deed? Who's at the door? It's Fritz! Princess Fritz? I have been looking for Prince Rod and Prince Evangeline. Have you seen them? My eyes are beginning to sting. I'm startled when I realize that there are tears burning my eyes. They gasp. What's wrong? Varg is getting control, slowly but surely. He will no longer has to wait for Fritz's conscience to descend into sleep. In a few weeks, perhaps a few days, Varg may be able to help us during the day. Can I even trust Fritz now? No! Fritz looks at me with worry clear on his face. He draws closer to me, his hands reaching out for me. No! I gasp! I pull back immediately, my breath caught in my throat. Damn it. Princess? Oh my god. For a moment I just saw Varg. What is going on? Will you believe me if I'm straightforward? Sorry, this game has me like... because, as Jill knows, I love both Varg and Fritz. Obviously, you're not supposed to like Varg because he's evil, but my dude has style, and I like a bad boy. Oh boy, do I. It's so bad. Anyway, but him popping up, I'm like, oh, Lucette, me too, girl. Right, I'm just like, my heart hurts because I'm just so tense right now. But thankfully it hasn't affected my crocheting because we're getting there, sweetie. We're getting there. Will you believe me if I'm straightforward? Something's been wrong ever since we returned to the palace. Princess, please, Fritz clenches his hand into fist. His face twists with obvious pain. Please, let me help you. Oh, and poor Fritz. Fritz is over here forgetting whole days, like whole gaps in his memory. Like, I don't know if anybody out there has ever had that happen to them where they, like, it's not just like, oh, I don't remember that happening, or like, you know, forgetting somebody's face or somebody's name, because I do that a lot. I have just accepted in my heart of hearts that I'm just so bad at names. Like, I will need to be reminded over and over and over and over again that I've seen somebody. But I mean, like, whole moments, whole hours of the day, or whole days, in fact, just like wiped from your mind. Like, people tell you, oh yeah, remember when you did this, that, and the other, and you're like, I have no recollection of any of that. Yeah. Or, trigger warning, alcoholism. I struggled with alcohol for a while before the quarantine. And I had an experience like that where whole moments were just gone from my memory because of the amount of alcohol that I had. And people would tell me, like, oh yeah, you did this, and I was like, I don't remember that. I don't remember doing that, and that's bad. So thankfully, because of quarantine and the fact that I'm pregnant, has really helped me kind of like hone in on the alcohol intake. I don't drink while I'm pregnant, but Yeah, but it's scary. It's so scary. Just like what your brain will just forget to either protect you or because of substance abuse. And it's bad. Thank you. But yeah, yes. Oh, we gotta save because, we... Alright. We have to let him help us, okay? Believe in the sword himbo. Don't doubt him. If you doubt him, bad things will happen. Fritz, I don't know how to explain. He slowly moves towards me again. Start from the beginning. Fritz carefully slides his hand over mine. Oh, I can trust him. Right? Fritz, you're cursed. Princess, you've been worrying about me? There's no reason for you to be concerned about me. Neither of us have actually seen this curse in action. No! Girl, stop. No, Jill. Is it really? Oh my god, you have the wiki answers up? Thanks. Okay, hold up. Thanks, boo. Doubt him. Damn it. I doubt you can. I want to believe in the sword himbo, my baby. No. My chest begins to ache and my heart feels heavy. Me too. You'd never believe me. There's a certainty in Fritz's eyes that was not there before. He looks at me with fierce determination. Try me. I sigh and I rub my hand over my eyes. You are cursed. His silence is all the response I need. I knew this would happen. I knew he still wouldn't believe me. Princess, we've talked about this before, but what exactly are you seeing that makes you so firmly believe that? I eye him warily. Will he really listen to me? The music is so good. You're cursed with an alternate personality, a cruel one. I've known him for months now. I'm pretty sure the whole OST is on Spotify. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for telling me, Jill. I would be so lost, or just waiting for the indicator to go up. Anyway, but yeah, I'm pretty sure the whole OST is online. And I'm pretty sure most of the music might be not copyrighted. But the music is super good. And not like annoying to listen to in the background. Like, we have to sit here and listen to the music for a while. I think the only song on here that I genuinely don't actually like that much is the beginning theme, which I haven't played for you guys. I can if you want me to. It's annoying. The only reason it's annoying is because there are people singing in it, and it's not good. Anyway, Varg, well, you, Fritz, were going to kill Rod and Evangeline last night. He reaches out to rest his hand atop mine on the windowsill. His determination has dwindled into uncertainty. You don't believe me. I believe you, Princess. I can see it in your eyes, Fritz. You doubt me. I do not doubt you, Princess. I'm just confused about my sexual orientation. Sorry. How could I not know about the existence of an alternate personality or about a curse inflicted on me? I pull my hand away from him and cross to the other side of my room so that my bed acts as a barrier between us. But Varg knows you. How is it possible that Varg is so aware of you when you do not even know his existence? I begin to pace, my emotions whirling. And how am I to trust you when you won't even trust me? I knew you weren't going to believe me. How could I have been so stupid to think that you would? No, Lucid. Princess. He begins to move towards me, but I stop him in his tracks with a single glare. Don't. Silence descends upon my room. When I finally look at Fritz again, the man I see is a stranger. Gone is the Fritz that I once knew, and standing in his place is nothing but a shadow. Oh my god, no. It hurts. I thought he'd be different. He showed me so much kindness and pretended to care, and yet... Mother was right. Mother was always right. No! Ugh, I feel a dull ache in my chest as I turn on my heels to look away from Fritz. This is what happens when you trust in someone. This is what happens when you begin to believe in others. Oh no! I gasp when I feel strong arms wrap around me from behind. Ah! I can feel Fritz's warm breath against the back of my neck. It sends shivers tumbling down my spine. Let me go, Fritz. No. I order you to let me go. But Fritz only tightens his grip. While the warm embrace is suffocating, it is oddly comforting. Sorry, Princess. I cannot be ordered to leave you like this. Oh my god. I swore an oath to you and made a promise to myself that I would always stand by your side. We stand our sword, himbo. No matter how much you push me away, I will always be here for you. From the day I was assigned to you, I saw how much you suffered. That's why I will protect you with everything that I am. I bite my lip as I struggle to keep myself from crying. Oh my god, it's so sad. How can I trust Fritz's words when Varg has done nothing but cause suffering to everyone around me? But it seems like I have also been the one to cause you so much pain. He loosens his arms until I am no longer within his embrace. I suddenly feel cold and empty, but I do not move towards Fritz again. His voice is very soft when he speaks again. I'm sorry. I do not look up when he leaves. You cannot rely on anyone but yourself. You cannot trust anyone but yourself. How could I have forgotten that? Our sword himbo. If I had been able to have my way, I would not have left my room at all. After everything that has happened, I don't think I want to know what Sir Mithros' request is. Did I goof? I goofed! I'm so worried about the so-called wonderful gift he wants to show me. Perhaps he means to kill me along with the king. Surely, I should be more alarmed at this epiphany, yet for some reason I only feel numb. There's my boy! Sorry. Do not acknowledge Varg when he enters the room, but Nikki does. Princess? I'd ask what you're thinking about, but it's written all over your face. That, and I happen to have the memories of it too. Poor Princess. Your knight in shining armor turned out to be less of a hero than you thought. Stop it. Hurts, doesn't it? Well, I did tell you. I wonder why you're so surprised. Varg, you... I think you're annoying our princess, Varg. Sir Mithros' presence, for once, is actually a relief. He bows to me, but I no longer believe the smile on his face. Princess, you have my most sincere thanks for agreeing to meet me at such late notice. What is it you want to show me, Sir Mithros? Actually, answer me this first, as it has been troubling me for some time. What Why do you want to kill the king? I see we have much to talk about. Let us walk and talk, if you do not mind. Sir Mithras looks at Varg. Do not disturb us, Varg. Varg disappears back into whatever shadow he emerged from as Sir Mithras and I make our way back into the hall. It seems my suspicions were correct. You did overhear Alacaster and I the other night, didn't you? Princess, I must assure you that I have nothing but your best wishes at heart. It is not that I wish to remove your father from power. That is Sir Alacaster's desire. Is this what Jurian spoke of all those months ago? Did she discover Sir Alacaster's motives only to be discharged from the order as a result? Why did you agree to help him? I required Sir Alacaster's assistance for certain things. It was a mutual, beneficial decision for both of us to work together. But do not worry. I never had any intention of going through with your father's murder. Is this why you were delaying him until after my birthday? Sir Mithras' smile is almost genuine. My princess is wise, just like her mother. I realize that Sir Mithras has led me into the secret tunnels. Where are you taking me now? My princess is also impatient, just like her mother. The impudence of this man. You said Varg answered to you, but he also carries out Sir Alacaster's orders. It was Sir Alacaster's desire to take over Angelia as cleanly as he could. He sought to accomplish that by killing all those with a claim to the throne. So Rodden and Evangeline. But I was never going to let him kill you. In exchange for ensuring your safety, Sir Alacaster required, among other things, a servant. So I provided him one. You bitch. Sir Alacaster needed someone that could remain close to him, hidden in plain sight, so to speak. He also required that they have the skills of a trained knight. Sir Fitzgerald was capable of guarding you, my princess, but he was not as capable of carrying out Sir Alacaster's or other orders. But why go to such lengths to curse Fritz? Princess. Sir Mithras focuses his intent gaze on me. Something dangerous and bright shimmers in his eyes. I shrink back. My threat to your life, any threat to your life, has to be removed. Besides, I'm under the impression that your loyal knight would be happy to sacrifice part of himself in order to become the perfect guardian.
We're in the time, so 15 minutes.
Cool. Yeah, Sir Baelish vibes. Big Sir Baelish vibes. What do you gain from doing all of this? I require something from you. Something that only you can provide. It is something that I have waited for, as you need to be 18 in order to give it to me. I don't like the vibes here. I've been preparing this gift for you for a long time, my princess. If this were a different game, I'd be like, ooh, but, it is the, whoops, sorry. It is the gift of resurrection. Hold on, go back. I'll bring back the queen. What? Will you help me? Okay. Well, with this choice currently in front of us, I'm actually going to take a quick break. I gotta go put the sweet small boy to bed and also eat some more of this good spaghetti. But when we come back, we have a choice to make. Because apparently, homeboy here is going to bring back our mother. You know, our mom, the old queen, the witch. That is definitely dead. But apparently he's gonna bring her back. Oh yeah, the gaslighting mom. You know, that mom. It's so bad. Actually, we got a few more minutes. When Oliver comes in here, that's when I'll take my break. But yes. Ooh, yes. Okay, so I saved. Yeah, this guy's gross. This guy's super gross. All of this is gross. It's super bad. Not taking my break yet. We're gonna take our break when Oliver comes in here and says goodnight to all of you guys, because I would not deprive you of a Oliver goodnight. Oh no. Mother is dead. Anyway, only in name. Mother has been dead for years. If she had been alive, I would have known. Your mother sustained great injuries during the Great War. She needed time to heal. Then where has she been, and why would she pretend to be dead? Why would she leave me alone? Your mother is sleeping, and you are the only one that can wake her. Why me? My princess, you are heir to more than just the kingdom of Angelia. Queen Hilda was the bearer of the Crystallum Tenebrarum, one of the 2 crystallums of Angelia. What? As her daughter, you are the next bearer. You are destined to be a great witch, just like your mother. My mother... a witch? Impossible. It is the truth. You were so young then, my princess, and the world was so cruel to you. Why do I not remember any of this? The queen sought to protect you and shroud your memories of the pain you suffered at the hands of humans. Is this why the people of Angelia despise and fear me? But once you turn 18, you will inherit the full ability of the Tenerum Bearer. With that power, you can revive your mother. Is this not what you've been dreaming of since you lost her? I dared not even dream this was possible. For so many years, all I wanted was for Mother to return to me. But now I cannot falter. Mother was the only person I could trust. She's still the only person who loves me. I have made my decision. Tell me what I must do. Sir Mithras smiles and steps aside. Behind him is a large rusty door. Come with me. Come with me. It's her! Like gasp. Mother! There she is! We finally get to see Lucette's mother in this route. There she is. She's so pretty. She's so pretty. Hey Meg, you're invested now. This is fine. It's cool. She's still as beautiful as the day she became one with the Tenebrarum. Sir Mithras reverently strokes his hand across the Tenebrarum as if caressing Mother's face. These last 4 years, I have come to visit her as much as I possibly can. But I cannot wait to see her beauty grace the halls of the palace once more. Thanks, I hate it. Sir Mithras turns to me. Place your hands on the Tenebrarum. Wait, before I do this, Sir Mithras, you said you have no desire to kill the king. They should be on YouTube. If they're not on YouTube, Most of them are still on Twitch, I think. I don't remember. Oh no. Have we been uploading these onto YouTube? Ooh. We should be uploading these onto YouTube. Sorry, I had to pause real quick because I got to the end and this one always trips me up, so I have to focus on it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm gonna have to get out the other yarn in a second. Okay. Okay. Here's the end of this one. Sorry, folks. My yarn is getting close to the end, so I have to find the other yarn and make sure I have that ready to attach so that I can continue with my projects. Okay. Doop. Doop. Right. Okay. Smithros, you said you have no desire to kill the king. Yes. Swear to me that you will not allow Sir Alacaster's plan to succeed. Swear that you will protect the lives of the royal family. I do not wholly understand why I'm asking this of Sir Mithras, yet a part of me feels compelled to do so. I may not see them as much as a family, but they have done nothing to deserve death. My princess. Swear it. Very well. I swear I shall not allow Sir Alacaster to kill any of the royal family. Oh. The clock tower chimes. The bell echoes in the chamber. The sound dull and eerie. Smithros' eyes flash as he gestures his hand wildly. Now, princess, now! The air in the room becomes cold. So cold I actually feel my body become like ice. Something is wrong. This does not feel right. I try to move away, but my attempts are thwarted by some kind of magical force. The tenerum is pulling me towards it. Sir Mithros. It is too late to turn back now, princess. No. The pull is strong. I am drawn to it like a magnet. The invisible force renders me a puppet. It takes hold of my body and forces me to raise my hands to the crystallum. I press my palms against the face of the tenebrarum, my hands framing my mother's face. Her expression is gentle in her unnatural sleep. The tenebrarum is freezing beneath my fingertips at first, but it steadily begins to warm as the clock continues counting down to 12. The warmer the tenerum grows, the colder my body feels. It feels like it's sapping all of my energy. Like the tenerum is feeding off of me. The pain starts slowly. It creeps up and out until it has flooded my entire body. I attempt to twist my body away from the tenerum surface, but my hands are stuck. I turn to Sir Mithras for help, but there is nothing but crazed glee in his smile. Yes, yes! His eyes are focused on the crystallized form of my mother. I become dimly aware of the tears that are beginning to fall from my eyes. I cannot go on like this. My vision starts to blur until I feel myself falling into endless darkness. Mother? Yes, my sweet. What are you doing? I'm planning, dearest one. Mother has to be ready for when she takes over Angelia. But doesn't Father rule Angelia? Oh, sweet. Father will soon be too tired to rule. Mother will rule for him, and when you are grown, you shall follow in my footsteps. I will make Angelia a kingdom to behold, my darling. You will never be hurt, and no one shall deny you anything. The people will bend to your whim, and will behave as they ought to. There'll be no bad people? No, dearest one, there'll be no bad people in our kingdom. I will make sure of that. Chapter 7, Perspective. Oh, what happened? Opening my eyes and moving my body is a struggle. I feel sluggish and numb, and there's a suffocating heat in my chest that makes it difficult to breathe. When I finally do rise, my thoughts are tangled and confused. Where am I? She lives. This bitch without his mask and his cane. Sorry, ooh. Hey, boo. Hey. Why is he so handsome? We probably aren't going to see Rumpel to slap him, but tell Nick that I completely understand. I myself have not played the Mass Effect games, but I know I should. And with everybody's hype with it right now, I feel like I could if I really wanted to, but I also don't have the money for it. So, look at this. Look at this face. Look at him. He's so hot. Annoying how hot he is. Anyway, lay gasp. I turn my head just in time to see Varg rise from a chair just to the side of my bed. Right, Jill? Right? Has he been sitting there watching me? And he's not wearing his mask. What are you doing here? You've been out for a week, Princess. A week? I think I would know how long you've been playing Sleeping Beauty. After all, I've been here the whole damn... Bart quickly clears his throat before gazing down at me, an exasperated expression on his face. Do you remember what happened? We're about to find out what happens, but first, it's an Oliver!
You see my eye?
Yeah, we can see your eye. If you look up here, you can see yourself over here, baby.
Oh.
But you have to look in the camera so you can see yourself over here. Oliver, are you all cleaned up and ready for bed?
Yes. Oh, there's my eye. See it right there.
Yeah, we can see your eyes. Ooh. All right, Oliver, can you say night-night?
No.
Can you blow kisses to everybody else? Mwah. Wait a minute. You're being a goober.
Yeah.
Mwah. What do you wanna tell everybody? What's something important you want people to know?
What is a dog and a cat in common?
What does a dog and a cat have in common?
Yeah.
What do they have in common?
A vampire.
I don't think that.
I got it.
That's not a very good joke, sweetie.
Oh, I got it.
You got it?
Yeah. What is a dog with a man common with a dog, a common, and a dog in the common?
What?
Be sisters.
Oh, okay. I don't understand, but it's okay. Can you say, Varg, you're not so great?
Varg, you're not so great.
Very good. All right. Ready to go night-night?
Yes.
Okay. Then let's go, go pick out 2 books to read, and Mommy will be in your room in just a sec. Go pick out 2 books.
Go back to.
All right. with that, yeah, the comedic genius rushing to get his books, we are going to take a break here. I'm going to save real quick just in case something happens. We got our Hot Boy Varg, and we are... Ooh, it's going to be a time. I'm very excited about it, though. Anyway, so with that, I'm going to take maybe a 15-20 minute break. Go get something to eat. Go get you some water. Stretch your fingers and hands from the crochet project that you're probably doing right now. And I will see you guys in about 20 minutes. Catch you later. And we're back, everybody. I hope you had a wonderful break. Got some water, got some snacks, preferably popcorn because things are about to be popping off. I'm probably going to finish up my spaghetti here and tie up the last ends of my crochet project here. Sorry if I just stop mid-sentence. I'm so burpy, so full of burps. It's ridiculous. Anyway, but yes, as you can see, Jill, go get you some water. Go get water. It's fine. I wanted to jump back on and just kind of chalk and chill as I tied up these loose ends as we tie up those loose ends for this game. Oh my god. Sorry, I'm just Anyway, how has everybody's Monday been? I know some people it's been kind of a Monday, which I feel like as far as Mondays go, there has to be a day of the week that bears the burden of it just being kind of universally not a good day. But today we also got a lot of stuff done around the house. If anybody's actually curious about the fact that I'm 34 weeks. I'm well past the 8-month mark. Like I'm we're not at 9 yet, but what did I do? Let's see, 34? Yes, 34 weeks. Maya's as big as a pineapple. She real big. I mean, she's been kicking this entire episode. Like, I'm just sitting here just like, girl, stop tap dancing. But kind of knowing that we've also started getting the house kind of ready. Like, I'm not a big nesting kind of person. Like, obviously I want to clean the house before the baby gets here. So we've just been kind of like rearranging some furniture and getting some stuff set up. Getting rooms ready for the first couple of weeks. Those first couple of weeks are real rough. Not only is my body being pretty much torn up from the floor up because of delivering a tiny watermelon and needing to recover. Also, we're getting used to having a new person in the house that does nothing but cry and sleep and poop, which, you know, we have another one of those. So thankfully we kind of already generally know what to expect. So we definitely have a whole thing about like moving, not having her in the main room or in Oliver's room for the first couple of weeks. I mean, having her in our room for like the first couple of weeks while we're sleeping, but then taking her to the office at like nighttime or, to give people relief from crying baby, because baby's gonna cry. That's just what they do. And I'm not requiring it of people, but I do have a baby registry that I will put in the Discord probably around June, the beginning of June, so when I'm on my maternity leave. So if anybody wants to purchase anything on the registry or donate money to me directly, because I'm not working and diapers and formula cost money, which is always a real thing. Like, thank you for supporting Sladies, but the money at Sladies does not go to me. It goes to the various projects that we put out here. So yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna finish this spaghetti because it's really good. Spaghetti is great, and I'm hoping Rob made a whole pot so that we could have more spaghetti throughout the week, because I like leftover spaghetti. Hope everyone enjoyed listening to that on the microphone. But yes, so last time we were here before the break, we saw Lucette's mom for the first time. In all of the roots, we have talked about her mom, and we know what she's supposed to do on her 18th birthday. Essentially, is like you will become the crystal bearer and not be like your mother, essentially. So that always happens. We always get that information. But she usually like completes her 3 good deeds by the time she turns 18, and breaks the curse by then. That hasn't happened yet. She's turned 18. She's only done 1 good deed. We don't know what happened with her mom. Maybe her mom is finally awake right now. Oh my god, is her gaslighting mom is probably awake right now, walking around and causing mayhem. So that's a whole thing. And then we got Varg here, sexy Varg. Hey boo, without his mask, without his cane. Should be illegal. Anyway, anywhoosie whatsits, we getting back into it. We getting back into these shenanigans. Let's go. Oh, and this isn't even... So this is the second to last route for this game. The last one being Waltz. And there's a reason why I've kept that one for last. Because it's my favorite. It's my absolute favorite. Again, I've already talked about this before. You can usually tell when the developers make a route that they just put like their heart and soul and sweat into it. I feel like they did that for Waltz. But again, Waltz is one of the 2, including Fritz's route, that you cannot do until you complete the other 3 routes. Like they are locked when you first run the game. I've run this game so many times that they were unlocked for me, but when you first download the game, the Fritz and Waltz routes are unlocked. But I'm giving you a quick cheat at what's happening there, so spoilers. Hooray! Anyway,